And, you're starting a new show and you get stuff like that. You always forget to push buttons. All right. So welcome to Soccer's in Session during the postseason. And what we're going to do, we're going to take the noon hour. We're going to tap coaches on the shoulder. We're going to get them out of class. We'll give them a good excuse to hang out with us for a couple of minutes. We're going to go over the brackets on a daily basis. We'll let you know who's going where, who's doing what, get you into storylines. We're going to tour the state and get you ready for the day. All right. So wasting no time. We are officially a no dilly, no dally zone. It is friend of the network, Will Homskis, the head coach out at Lincoln County, and we got some history to talk about. Will, thanks for joining us from Lincolnton. Glad I got you out of lunch, I guess. Did I get you out of lunch or class?
Class, right before lunch, so I'll get to go from this to lunch.
There you go, and tell them that it was the TV guy that got you out of it, so that was straight to lunch. Will, first off, thanks for being on with us in the past to talk about things in a taped format with Soccer's in Session. We caught up last year. You caught up with Maddie this year. And I wanted to go over what happened in the first round because it was another historic moment for you in the Lincoln County program. For those that haven't filled out all of their brackets, break it down for them and tell them what happened.
Well, we went into the game. We had to go on the road and play at Montgomery County. We went in with our starting sweeper, who was a senior captain, out sick, throwing up. So we had to throw a 10th grader in. At one point, we had 5 10th graders on the field. We were down 3-1 at halftime and came back and tied it up right before the end of regulation, went in overtime, gave up a PK with 4 minutes left in double overtime. And somehow our girls kept fighting and we were able to score with about a minute or 55 seconds left to go to PKs. And we won PKs 3-2. And it was a good time for us. So we now get to go on to the Sweet 16 to play Lake Oconee Academy at Lake Oconee again. We played them earlier in the season, and they're number 1 in the state in Single A Division II. And we were able to find a way to win the first one 1-0, and we're hoping we can try to do the same thing here in the second round.
Not to give away any secrets, but for those that didn't get the chance to see what happened in that first matchup, as you get ready for it, I know that you're probably going to be looking at it in tape and analysis and all this kind of stuff, but what happened in that 1-0 match first time?
To be honest, and probably was the best 80 minutes we've ever played of soccer here in Lincoln. Just we were very good defensively, played very physical. They have a girl that's a very good goal scorer, and we were able to kind of find a way to take away some shot opportunities from her. And the idea is to hopefully try to do the same thing. But they're a very good team. They're very good defensively. We were able to make a string about 3 or 4 passes together and get a really good shot from a junior. And that the idea is just we don't score a lot of goals. We play really good defense. We're very physical, and if we can keep them off the board again, we give ourselves a chance. We can't if we fall behind 3-1 like we did to Montgomery, that we're not going to be able to come back. It's going to be hard to do because they are a very good team. They're very well coached. I mean, you're not number 1 in the state for no reason. So the plan is to hopefully play some great defense and find a way to score a goal, 1 or 2 somewhere down the road.
So for the growth of this program, for those that don't know the story, basically you were tasked with making sure, first and foremost, that the program stayed as a part of the curriculum there and as a part of the extracurricular activities at Lincoln County. And now you're making inroads in this progression that you like to see as a coach, that your dad sees on the American football side, and now that you're getting to see on the football side. What's it been like to take the program from where it was when you started to continue to have these milestones that you're having?
It's been awesome. And to be honest, our girls have really bought in to what I've been trying to sell. And, my first couple of years, I would say I wasn't a very good soccer coach. I was more of a come out there and let's play hard and figure it out. And as the years have gone, I've seen myself grow as a coach and understanding the game is better than just a player, but also as a coach now, because there's a major difference in being able to do it and get others to do it. But being in the Sweet 16 2 years in a row, when taking over the program, the most wins we'd ever had in a season were probably 3 or 4. Now we've won double-digit wins 2 years in a row. This senior group has averaged 10 wins throughout their career. They won 9 as freshmen. And when they were freshmen, 5 of them were having a start. They won 8 as sophomores, 12 last year, and we're at 11 right now. So just these girls have really bought in. And one of these seniors was our first girl to ever sign a scholarship, and she signed today. Rihanna Wart signed to go play at Toccoa Falls, and really excited for her. And she's a great player, but she's also a really great person, been a great leader. She's been a captain 2 years in a row. Really going to miss her leadership next year. But in our game against Montgomery, she scored a goal and had 3 assists. She really gave us a great chance, scored on a free kick, got us an assist off in a corner, and had some great passes to really give us a shot.
What's it like to have that different kind of a milestone where schools are interested, they might kick the tires a little bit. Yeah, we might want to sign a particular player, but to finally have it and have that real moment there on campus where you have the signing and you've got a player going to the next level. What's it like to have that official there on campus?
Oh, it's awesome. Our school's been really excited about it. Our community's been, oh my gosh, someone's going to play soccer in college. It's very unheard of here. Lincoln's football. They're used to football signings, but not this type of football signings. And it's been awesome to see her grow from freshman year up to as a senior. She hasn't played any travel ball. None of our girls have played any travel. So to get someone interested, and she had a couple schools looking at her and offering her, and she just fell in love with Toccoa Falls and really liked the girls there, the school. And it's been awesome to see. Just for her dream has been, she told me as a 9th grader, I want to play in college. And to finally see that come is really cool just for her and her family, the opportunity to get to play at the next level.
Will Homskis, the head coach of the Lincoln County girls program, a fantastic win in round number 1, coming from behind to knock off Montgomery County and Mount Vernon. Now you get to go to Lake Oconee Academy on the 23rd, 5 days' time. Maybe you'll have a voice by then if people like me will stop calling you and having you on shows like this to talk about the growth of the program. My friend, it's great to catch up with you. Great to see you. Fantastic win there as Area 3, team number 5. You're hitting the road to go up against team number 1 in 5 days. Thanks for hanging out with us and doing Soccer's in Session. And did I filibuster long enough so you can go straight to lunch?
Almost. I got just a couple more minutes, but it works out perfect.
Okay, so what I'll do, like I said, blame the TV guy. Just hang out there. Blame the interview. It's like, man, they kept me for so long. I couldn't get away, and I just had to go straight to lunch. Say hi to everybody there in Lincolnton. We'll catch up soon.
Will do. Thank you for having me.
There we go. Will Homskis, the head coach at Lincoln County, and we'll go over the bracket in Class A D2. And as he said, as you're filling out your brackets, and that's what we like to do here, we need to fill out brackets and pen. They're in the upper right-hand section of your bracket. Big win for them, 3-2 in PKs after coming back from the deficit and taking it to tie it at 4. Winner of Lincoln County and Lake Oconee plays the winner of Dooley County and Wheeler. Wheeler got a bye in the first round as team number 2 out of Area 2. Dooley got a bye as Area 1's team number 3. So this will be the first game that they will have played in the playoffs. So it's Dooley County at Wheeler, Lincoln County at Lake Oconee Academy. Those come up on the 23rd for round number 2. Low right, Johnson County knocked off Greene County by the score of 5-1, and then they get Atkinson County. Atkinson County in Pearson is developing a great single-A program, both on the boys and the girls side. Atco got a bye in round number 1. So Johnson County goes from Wrightsville to Pearson to take on Atco. Winner of that one takes on the winner of Chatco, Chattahoochee County, and Atlanta Classical. The Chatco team, Area 1 team number 4, they shut out Bowden in round number 1. They take on Atlanta Classical, who got a bye. So that's your right-hand side of the bracket. Left-hand side of the bracket in Class A Girls D2. It was Mount Zion Carroll knocking off Lanier County 1-0. They go to Aquinas. Georgia Military beat MCA 3-1. They go to Portal. Low left, Towns County knocked off Trutland by the score of 2-0. So Hiawassee travels to Dalton to take on Christian Heritage. And it is Eccles County who beat the Fugees Academy. Eccles County gets a win in the playoffs. They go to Hawkinsville to take on the Red Devils. So left-hand side, Mount Zion Carroll at Aquinas. GMC is at Portal. Towns County is at Christian Heritage. Eccles County is at Hawkinsville. That is Class A D2. Class A D1 also going on. And in Class A D1, they've got all of the spots filled. It is Irwin County over Crawford County, and they will travel to East Lawrence. East Lawrence shut out Screven, upper left. Whitfield, 2-0 winners over Darlington, and Social Circle beat Elbert County. So it is Whitfield Academy at Social Circle. Social Circle, the 1 seed out of Region 5. It is Temple who beat Brooks County. They travel to Metter. Metter shut out Jeffco by the final of 5-0. So Temple at Metter. Mount Vernon in a 4-3 win over Tryon. They go to Tallulah Falls. Tallulah Falls, 2-1 winners over PAC. So Tallulah Falls had the home game, and they knocked off PAC. So once again, left-hand side, Irwin at East Lawrence, Whitfield Academy at Social Circle, Temple at Metter, Mount Vernon at Tallulah Falls. Right-hand side, upper right, Rabun County beat Jasper County in a shootout 5-4. They advance as the 2 seed. They host Atlanta International, who has a 4 seed upset Armurchie 5-0. So Rabun County gets a home game, and Atlanta International will travel on the 23rd. Bryan County beat Swainsboro 3-1. So Bryan County advances. They will take on Lamar, who had a bye, as there was no 4 seed out of Region 1. So Bryan County is the 2, travels from Pembroke to Lamar County and Barnesville. That is upper right. Lower right, Oglethorpe County beat Commerce 6-1, and they will go to Paideia. Paideia shut out Dade County. So Oglethorpe County at Paideia on the 23rd. Bleckley County beat Claxton in a 10-goal thriller 6-4, and they will travel to Bacon County to take on the team to take on Bacon County. And so Bacon County had a bye as there was no 4 seed out of Region 4. So it's Oglethorpe County at Paideia. Bleckley County is at Bacon County. That's single A. Triple A girls, left-hand side of the bracket. Harlem advanced. They had to do a little extra, but Harlem beats Thomasville in a 2-3. They will travel to Pike County. Pike County, a team to keep an eye on in AAA. 1-0 winners, both boys and girls, over Long County and the Blue Tide. So Harlem travels to Pike. Dawson County, 4-2 winners over Adairsville. So Dawson County, as the 3 seed, advances because Stevens County went to Sandy Creek and won 7-3. Big win for Stevens County on the road. So Stevens County goes from Toccoa to Dawsonville. Dawson County gets an unintended home game because of the 4 seed winning and Dawson County being a 3. So it's a 3 and a 4 to advance to take on the winner of Harlem County and Pike. Also on the board, Morgan County beats Crisp. They will travel to Savannah Country Day, who shut out Upson Lee. Then Lumpkin County shut out Coahulla Creek. Oconee County shut out Carver Atlanta. So you end up with a 1 and a 2 and a 1 and a 2. Morgan County at Savannah Country Day. Lumpkin County is at Oconee County. That's the left-hand side of the bracket in AAA. In the upper right, it is Hebron Christian, who shut out Cedar Grove. Wesleyan shut out LFO. So that will be an interesting matchup. We had Wesleyan on the network at Calhoun in the latter stages of the regular season. So Wesleyan, ranked top 10, takes on Hebron Christian. St. Vincent's beats Jackson 6-1. They travel to ARC as Richmond Academy beat Carver Columbus. So it's Hebron Christian at Wesleyan, St. Vincent's at ARC in that one. Then low right in AAA girls, and these are all on the 23rd as well. It is Monroe area who shut out Douglas of Atlanta, Douglas Astros, and then Bremen as a 1 seed beat White County 1-0. And so we saw White County when they went up against Gilmer. So we've seen White County this season as well. White County came in as a 4 seed, had to travel to Bremen, and Bremen will now host Monroe area in a 1-3. Mary Persons beat Calvary Day 4-3 in Forsyth, and they will travel to Columbus, who beat Hepzibah. And so that it is Monroe area at Bremen. Mary Persons is at Columbus. Also on the board in 5A as we go, because remember, single A, triple A, 5A, 7A, those matchups have been completed unless they were postponed. So clubs could have and schools could have multiple matchups on site in one day. It is in 5A. Tucker over Statesboro, and they will host as a 3 seed because Northside Columbus, one of the bigger upsets in round number 1, knocked off Dutchtown 1-0. So the top seed out of Region 2 is gone. So Tucker hosts Northside Columbus on the 23rd. GAC shut out Woodland Cartersville. Midtown shut out Eastside. GAC will travel to Midtown. Low left, Decatur beat Ware County by the score of 5-0. Maddie and I were there for that one. Got to see Grace Duggan with a brace. She now has 16 goals on the season for Decatur, and they will travel to Northgate, who shut out Locust Grove. Chattahoochee beat Cartersville, and so they will travel to Jefferson. Jefferson shut out Tri-Cities, so Decatur at Northgate, Chattahoochee is at Jefferson. On the right-hand side of the bracket, it is Loganville over Jackson, Atlanta, 3-0. And so Loganville as a 2-seed will host because Northview beat the Dalton Girls. Dalton Girls, Region 7's top seed, beaten by Northview 1-0. Northview as the 4 goes to Loganville, so a 4-seed travels to a 2. McIntosh, by the way, they shut out Union Grove's girls by the score of 4-0, and they will go to Chamblee in round number 2. McIntosh and Chamblee. Chamblee had a big win over Coffee. Right-hand side of the bracket, low right, Clark Central over Villarica by the score of 2-1. Cambridge shuts out Calhoun by the score of 7-0. So Clark Central is at Cambridge. Harris County beats Ola in a 3-2. So Harris County travels to Greenbrier. Greenbrier shut out Arabia Mountain by the score of 10-0. Once again, reminder that Soccer's in Sessions brought to us by our friends at Kaiser Permanente. Kaiser Permanente, for all that is you. Also made possible by our friends at Subaru of Gwinnett. Soccer fans, if you're in the market for a new or used car, then look no further than our friends at Subaru of Gwinnett, located in Duluth at 2950 Satellite Boulevard. Knowing prospective customers are busy, well-educated when it comes to finding their next vehicle, Subaru of Gwinnett offers both online and in-person options that make car shopping a breeze. A robust online inventory, service, and parts departments on site, outstanding financing options, the friendliest staff are just a few of the many reasons to make Subaru of Gwinnett the choice for your next car purchase. Subaru of Gwinnett, 2950 Satellite Boulevard in Duluth, or online at www.subaruofgwinnett.com. Also presented by our friends at Alliance Nurse Corps. There's an understanding of the sacrifices it takes to be a nurse in today's world. With over 30 years experience, they've put in the time to understand what it takes to find the perfect fit and what today's nurses desire most. Alliance works hard to ensure higher than industry standard pay rates, loyalty rewards, and will do whatever it takes to find the best fit for you and your happiness. Visit AllianceNurseCorpsInc.com/job board to start your journey to the nursing position that is perfect for you. Also on the board, you end up with your action in 7A girls. That one's on the board, and those are already heading toward round number 2. Once again, these matches are all going to be on the 23rd, which is Tuesday, for single A, triple A, 5A, and 7A. In 7A, Lowndes beats Parkview at home in Valdosta. So Lowndes will take on Campbell. Campbell shut out Marietta. Lowndes at Campbell next Tuesday. Duluth and Denmark. Denmark, the 2 seed. They will travel to Walton. Walton shut out Collins Hill. Denmark is at Walton. That's upper left. Low left, Camden County as the 3 seed went to Archer, knocked off the Archer Tigers 3-1. And so they will go to Hillgrove. Hillgrove beat Pebblebrook by the score of 10-0. That game was a bit of a start and stop. It was 5-0 at the half. Rains came. They turned heavy at halftime. Then it was 9-0 when Thunder and Lightning were in the area, and this was 12 minutes into the second half. So match was postponed for a little bit, came back to finish it. Hillgrove got the 10th goal on the board and won that one. And so Hillgrove gets to host Camden County in round number 2 in Powder Springs. Also, Milton shuts out Norcross 1-0 in a 3-2. So Milton is the 3, will travel to Buford. Buford shut out Wheeler. And so it will be Camden County at Hillgrove, Milton at Buford. Also in 7A on the right-hand side, it is Mill Creek shutting out Cherokee 1-0. They will travel to North Gwinnett, who came from behind who came to beat Lambert 2-1 in the 1-4. So Mill Creek at North Gwinnett. Carrollton and Harrison. Harrison won that one in a shutout. Brookwood shut out Colquitt County. So Harrison will travel to Brookwood. Also, it is Mountain View 2-1 winners over North Cobb as a 3 seed. They advance. They'll travel to West Forsyth, who shut out Peachtree Ridge 3-0. North Paulding is a 3 seed, beat East Coweta. They will travel to the coast to take on Richmond Hill. Richmond Hill 2-0 winners over South Gwinnett. So Mountain View at West Forsyth, North Paulding, and Richmond Hill. So that's your girls action. That is single A, Divisions 1 and Division 2. That is triple A, 5A, and 7A. We had some 4s, and we had a lot of 3s. We had a lot of the 2-3 matchups. We had a surprising number of 3s on the girls' side get wins. And so you got a couple of 4s in there as well, causing some havoc. So some 4s are going to make some road trips, some unexpected home games for some 2s and some 3s in there as well. So interesting bracket that we have in the girls' side of things in single A, in AAA, in 5A, and in 7A. Today it's 2, 4, and 6, and we will get into those matchups coming up in just a little bit. On the boys' side, we'll go over what happened in Single A, Triple A, 5A, and 7A as we look at the schedule. Starting things off once again in D1 boys. Brooks County beat Crawford County. This is upper left. So once again, fill out your brackets, and you're filling out your brackets all in pen at this point. Brooks County beat Crawford County, and they will travel to East Lawrence. East Lawrence over Bryan. Paideia shut out Tryon 4-0. Elbert County, we mentioned 4 seeds knocking off 1s. Elbert County, a big win for a 4 seed, traveling to Social Circle, getting the win 5-2. So Paideia gets the unexpected home game in the upper left-hand side of the bracket, with Elbert County now traveling to Paideia. These matchups are on Wednesday, the 24th, and so we'll see how things are with the Wednesday games that happened on the boys' side in single A D1. Now, also, Temple, because there was no 3 in Region 1, they got a bye. They'll travel to Woodville-Tompkins on the coast. They knocked off Dublin 6-2. Mount Vernon beat Darlington 3-2 in Rome at the Darlington School, and they will travel to Tallulah Falls, who shut out PAC. That's your left-hand side. Right-hand side, Barrow Arts got the win over Jasper County, and they will travel. They were supposed to travel, but Whitfield Academy beat Dalton Academy in Dalton 3-2. So Barrow, as the 2 seed, will host the 4 seed Whitfield Academy on the 24th. Metter shut out Bleckley. Lamar County had a bye, so Metter will travel to Barnesville to take on Lamar County. Low right, Rabun County over Oglethorpe in a 3-2, and they will travel to Atlanta International, who shut out Armurchie. Jeffco beat Claxton 3-1, and they will travel to Bacon County. So it is Rabun County at Atlanta International. Jeffco is at Bacon. D2 boys. And once again, these are on the 24th as well. Atlanta Classical over Lanier County. They travel to Lake Oconee Academy, who had a first-round bye. Towns County had a first-round bye. They travel to Wheeler County on the 24th. Left-hand side of the bracket, low left, Aquinas had a bye. Fuji's Academy had a bye, and so Aquinas will travel to Fuji's Academy. Hawkinsville shuts out Mount Zion Carroll. They will travel to Atco. We've talked about Atco and what they're building down there in Pearson. So Mount Zion Carroll has a pack a lunch, a dinner, and a midnight snack trip for the 24th as they travel to Pearson to take on Atco. Right-hand side of the bracket, Macon County and Montgomery County had first-round byes. Macon County travels to Mount Vernon. Washington Wilkes shut out Trutland. They will travel to GMC in round number 2. Portal over Lincoln County's boys by the final of 3-1. They will travel to Eccles County. Eccles County with a win on the girls' side and a home match on the boys' side in single A. Both teams making it to the second round. So Portal will travel to Eccles. And for those of you that may not know where Eccles County is, go to Valdosta and go east. You take the Wiregrass Parkway out of Valdosta and you head toward Homerville. You go through Eccles County to get to Homerville and Clinch County. So it is a trip for anybody. Portal's having to travel to Eccles County on the 24th on the boys' side. Chatco shuts out Bowden, and they will travel to Christian Heritage. So that's single A boys on the Division A and Division 1 and Division 2 sides. Triple A, Thomasville beat Harlem in PKs. It was a goalless draw. They go to PKs. Thomasville gets the win. They will travel to Pike County, who beat Savannah Christian 4-1. Keep an eye on Pike County as one of the top 10 teams in AAA. Bremen beat West Hall 1-0. Sandy Creek advances in PKs 4-1 over Franklin County, so Bremen travels to Sandy Creek. These are also on the 24th. AAA ARC shuts out Crisp. They'll travel to Savannah Country Day, who shut out Upson Lee. Dawson County beat Adairsville 4-0. They travel to Hebron Christian, who shut out Carver Atlanta. Also on the boys' side, right-hand side, Oconee County shut out Douglas. Wesleyan shut out Ridgeland. Oconee County travels to Wesleyan. Peach County beats Long County. They'll travel to Morgan County. Morgan County ended up beating Doherty in the 1-4. Monroe area shut out Cedar Grove. They'll travel to Coahulla Creek, who beat Lumpkin County. And Mary Persons, who beat Groves, travels to Columbus, who shut out Hepzibah. So AAA, Thomasville at Pike County, Bremen at Sandy Creek, Richmond Academy, ARC at Savannah Country Day. Dawson County is at Hebron Christian. That's the left-hand side. Right-hand side, round 2, Oconee County at Wesleyan, Peach County at Morgan County, Monroe area, Coahulla Creek, Mary Persons, and Columbus. 5A boys. It is Chambly shutting out Statesboro, and they travel to Eagles Landing. Eagles Landing beat Drew by 3-5-2. Centennial shut out Calhoun, and Centennial travels to Midtown, who beat Eastside 2-1. Bradwell Institute loses to Cross Keys in the Atlanta area, so Cross Keys will now travel to McIntosh for round 2. And this is the bracket that we all need to be paying attention to, because on the 24th, the low left in 5A, Cross Keys is at McIntosh. Dalton beat Kell. Clark Central beat Lithia Springs. You could have looming down the line in 5A boys McIntosh and Dalton on the 30th of April. Keep an eye on that. McIntosh hosting Cross Keys, Dalton going to Clark Central. That's the left-hand side of the bracket on the 24th. Chapel Hill beat Jefferson 3-1 on the boys' side in a 3-2. Cass won as the number 1 seed, beating Cambridge. Chapel Hill travels to Cass. Northgate shut out Locust Grove. Tucker beat Coffee. Northgate travels to Tucker. Also, Heritage Conyers beat Tri-Cities 3-1. Chattahoochee shut out Woodland Cartersville. Heritage travels to Chattahoochee. Harris County beat Warner Robins 3-1. They will host as a 3 seed because Decatur's boys team beat Greenbrier, the top seed out of Region 1. So Decatur's going to have to be road warriors in this, beating Greenbrier in Augusta area by the final of 5-1. They travel to Hamilton to take on Harris County next in round number 2. 7A boys. South Gwinnett over Richmond Hill by the final of 6-0. South Gwinnett will go to Campbell, who beat North Paulding 2-1. Lambert beat Duluth 4-1. And Mountain View loses to Walton in a 1-4. So it is South Gwinnett at Campbell, Lambert at Walton. These are also on the 24th. On low left, Archer beat Camden County on the boys' side, 3-1. They will host Carrollton. This match happened late start because of the weather at Hillgrove. It wrapped up, or at least the postings on social media ended up around midnight. And it went to PKs. Carrollton beat Hillgrove in PKs 8-7. So the 4 seed wins on the road, and they will travel to Archer. Carrollton, the 4 seed out of Region 2, travels to Archer in round number 2. Milton beat Peachtree Ridge 2-1. They'll travel to Collins Hill, who shut out North Cobb. So Carrollton at Archer, 4 seed makes it through. Milton is the 3 seed, travels to the 1 seed in Collins Hill. Osborne and Mill Creek went to penalties, the 3 seed. Osborne made it through 4-3 in penalties. They will go to Discovery, who shut out Denmark. East Coweta beat Harrison 2-1. Grayson beat Lowndes. East Coweta goes to Grayson. Kennesaw Mountain beat Central Gwinnett low right 3-2. North Gwinnett did the same to South Forsyth, but Kennesaw Mountain as the 2 seed, North Gwinnett as the 4 on the boys. North Gwinnett will travel to Kennesaw Mountain. Pebblebrook lost to Marietta beat Marietta 3-2, and Colquitt 1-0 winners over Brookwood. Brookwood made the trip down to the Hog Pen, and Colquitt County will host Pebblebrook. So once again, 7A, South Gwinnett at Campbell, Lambert at Walton, low left, Carrollton the 4 seed at Archer, Milton at Collins Hill, Osborne at Discovery, East Coweta at Grayson, North Gwinnett the 4 seed at Kennesaw Mountain, and Pebblebrook traveling to Colquitt County. That is the boys rundown of all the finals that have happened so far, so that gets you caught up on all the action that has been completed so far. Reminder from our friends at Reverb by Hard Rock. They're proud sponsors of what we do here with Soccer's in Session on the SDH Network. Reverb by Hard Rock Atlanta. They mix it up with coffee, cocktails, beats, and sleep. Perched across the street from iconic Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of downtown Atlanta, Reverb brings you an amped-up guest experience. Come for the rooftop bar with phenomenal views of the vibrant Atlanta skyline and stay for the atmosphere. Reverb by Hard Rock, proud sponsors of everything here on the SDH Network. So, also brought to us once again by our friends at the Hat Trick Football Agency. Parents, has your son or daughter ever wondered what a day in the life of a Spanish soccer player might be like? Ever dreamed of actually playing in Spain? Hat Trick Football Agency makes the dream a reality by offering young players training and representation on this journey with programs ranging from 2 weeks to a year. Set in the beautiful province of Granada in southern Spain, these immersive programs include training and rotation play with pro clubs in Spain, language schools, complete housing accommodations, and much, much more to make playing in Spain as a pro footballer a reality. Start their Spanish pro football career off today and visit hattrickfootball.com for more. Also on the board, once again, thanks to our presenting partner, Kaiser Permanente of Georgia, for all that is you, and our sponsors across the board, Subaru of Gwinnett, Reverb by Hard Rock Atlanta, Alliance Nurse Corps, and the Hat Trick Football Agency. So now that we've gone through all of the action that has happened, we will let you know what is going on with the action that is going to happen. So we're going to set up the 2A, 4A, and 6A girls. Tomorrow we'll go over what happened in 2A, 4A, 6A girls, and we'll set up 2A, 4A, 6A boys for you on the afternoon. So 2A, 4A, 6A girls later today. Follow along on all of your social media platforms as to who's winning and who's going to be advancing in all of this. And obviously, we'll keep you posted on all of this material as we go here on Soccer's in Session. Anticipate that for every day of the week between now and the championships and after the championships, your noon hour is now reserved for everything going on in GHSA soccer, both boys and girls. And we will update you. We'll get to visits from coaches and get you ready for what's going on. Talk about what's happened in the past. Get you ready for the matchups that are coming up here in short order. So now, 2A, 4A, 6A girls. That is today. We'll start things off in AA with the girls. Johnson Augusta travels to Worth County. Appling goes from Baxley to Ace Charter. Murray County goes to the Walker School. Landmark Christian is already in the second round, and as the 1 seed in that mini bracket, they will host the winner of Murray County and Walker, the 2-3. So Landmark Christian is already getting ready for round number 2. Second round games are going to be on the 25th. Low left, Dodge County goes to Sandersville to take on Waco. Spencer goes to Pierce County to take on the Pierce County Bears in Blackshear. North Cobb Christian is at Fannin County. Obviously, our thoughts and all of our love goes to the Fannin County community because it has been a rough couple of weeks up there. And the most recent loss of their track coach there is a part of the community. It's just, like I said, just know that everybody here at SDH is sending our love to everybody there at Fannin County. They're hosting North Cobb Christian later today. Towers and Fellowship Christian is your 1-4. That is the left-hand side of the bracket in AA. Right-hand side, Elite Scholastic goes to Athens Academy. Drew goes to Model. Central Macon, Savannah Arts. Jeff Davis goes to Putnam County. And so it is Hazelhurst and Eatonton. That is the upper right-hand side of the bracket in AA. East Jackson goes to Callaway. Gordon Central is at Mount Perrin Christian. Toombs County has already advanced. They shut out Rutland 2-0. And so Toombs County as the 3 will be playing either Thompson, the 4 seed, or Fitzgerald, the 1. If Thompson wins in Ben Hill County, then that means that Toombs County would host Thompson. If Fitzgerald wins, Toombs County travels from Toombs to Fitzgerald. Quad A girls. Left-hand side of the bracket will start in the upper left, as always. Trinity Christian and Jessica Charman, they go to Shaw. New Hampstead takes on Perry, so you could end up with a second-round matchup of Trinity Christian hosting Perry. Perry, we've got to keep an eye on them when it comes to double A or to a quad A. Heritage Catoosa goes to Holy Innocents. Seconder goes to Lovett. Low left, Cairo goes to Whitewater. Baldwin goes to Islands. Keep an eye on Islands in quad A. Druid Hills girls go to Southeast Whitfield. Hampton goes to Cherokee Bluff. That's the left-hand side of the bracket. They play today. Round 2 is a week from today. Upper right, Luella goes to North Oconee. Clarkston to Northwest Whitfield. Spalding to Southeast Bullock. Hardaway and Stars Mill. Johnson Gainesville's girls as a 3 seed travel to Pace Academy. Sonoraville as the 4 go to Westminster. Wayne County goes to West Lawrence, and LaGrange goes to Bainbridge. And so that is your look at quad A. In 6A girls, reminder here, once again, it is St. Pius at Veterans. Mundy's Mills at Glen Academy. Glen Academy's been making a lot of noise in 6A very, very quietly because they're on the coast. Lassiter and River Ridge is tonight. That is an 8 o'clock start for those of you that want to go to River Ridge because there's a lacrosse match that starts and has pushed back the schedule times that are on the board traditionally. So it is an 8 o'clock start at River Ridge, Lassiter and River Ridge. Lanier and Alexander is your 1-4. Remember, these matchups have their second round a week from today, and that will line things up with all of that. Low left, Houston County is at North Atlanta. Evans is at Woodward Academy. Creekview is at Roswell. Paulding County goes to Habersham Central in the 4-1. That's the left-hand side. 6A girls on the right, upper right, Noonan goes to Jackson County. Etowah is at Pope. Grovetown to Rockdale County. Lee County travels from Leesburg to Hughes Spalding Stadium to take on Marist. Low right, Gainesville's girls side goes to South Paulding, Johns Creek to Allatoona, Alcovey to Lakeside Evans, and Riverwood, who we had here on the network against Wheeler earlier this season. They travel down to Thomasville. I would imagine that they are already on their way. So Riverwood goes to Thomas County Central. So that is 2, 4, and 6 as it all lays out for you here on Soccer is in Session. So that is your first round of Soccer is in Session. We've gone through the brackets. We've gone through the finals. We've gotten you ready for today, 2A, 4A, 6A girls. And we will keep you posted when it comes to everything else. Once again, noon hour is now Soccer's in Session live, carrying you all the way through the playoffs. And it's great to have you along. We're going to have coaches here, and we're going to take you through everything, give you the storylines and everything that's gone on, thanks to Will Homskis out at Lincoln County as they get ready once again for the number one team in the state in their classification. Beat them once already this year, so they've got a game plan together, and it's just getting that game plan and implementing it in 5 days' time on your Tuesday, getting you ready for round number 2 in Class A for Lincoln County. So thanks to everybody in Lincolnton for letting us borrow Will Homskis for a little bit. Thanks to you for hanging out with us once again. Soccer's in Session live, presented by our presenting partner, Kaiser Permanente of Georgia, for all that is you, Subaru of Gwinnett, Reaver by Hard Rock Atlanta Alliance Nurse Corps, and the Hat Trick Football Agency. We'll be back for Soccer is in Session tomorrow, as we always are during the playoffs. We'll be back at it noon Eastern time, go through the brackets, catch up with coaches, all that kind of stuff. So thanks for everybody for hanging out with us here during the lunch hour. May the rest of your lunch hour be as you wish. We'll be back at it again tomorrow at noon. Morning show, Soccer Down here at 9:05 Eastern time, plus everything else that we have here on the network. For everybody here at SDH, I'm just John. Thanks for hanging out with us for the season premiere of the postseason version of Soccer is in Session. For everybody here, once again, we'll catch up with you for another round of Soccer's in Session tomorrow, noon Eastern time. Play safe, everybody. Mucho platiel. We'll catch up with you soon.